I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. Today I'm talking to you about two fragrances that are guaranteed to get you laid. So I'm excited to talk about Ilk for the first time on my YouTube channel. Ilk are a brand new British niche fragrance house they just launched this year. The concept of their line is based around layering, and their range consists of 4 layerable pairs, all based on human nature. So I worked my way through their discovery set. I first smelled these months ago actually, and overall I'm really impressed. I found that they were unique, interesting, high quality. They all work equally as well as individual fragrance, but then you can layer them in any number of combinations. The brand does recommend pairs, but I think you can just have fun with it and try out different layering combinations. So I'd say get the discovery set and just try out a few things and see what works for you. So I did have some favorites from the brand, and they very kindly sent me 2 bottles to talk about in this video. So this is one of the recommended layerable pairs, and the fragrances I'm going to talk to you about today, I'll go through each individually, and then I'm going to talk about how they work when you throw them together. So the first one I'm going to start with is Devious, and I picked this one out as my favourite from the whole line. Notes in this one are spiced bergamot, bitter almond, amaretto, cherry liqueur, chambord, cyanide, nutmeg, cardamom, tonka, vanilla and sandalwood. Straight away I get this amazing boozy cherry smell. It's fun, it's distinctive, it's assertive. It actually reminds me a little bit of the cherry cola vibe that you get in the opening of Roger Parfum's Enigma, which is my favourite fragrance, so I guess that's why maybe I enjoy this one so much. Paired with this boozy cherry accord, there's also some cardamom, and the cool spiciness of the cardamom just lifts the whole fragrance. It makes it really diffusive. It takes that gorgeous boozy cherry accord and just lifts it off the skin and into the air. And I'm starting to think of cardamom as the complement molecule, because it just seems to be present in a lot of these mass appealing, crowd pleasing fragrances, sexy fragrances that are likely to get you positive attention. And I think cardamom plays a large part in this mass appeal. I think it's a very likable smell. I think, whether it's in food, in baking or in fragrance, I just think cardamom is a smell that a lot of people just really have a positive reaction to, especially when it's mixed with things like vanilla and tonka bean. As it dries down, the whole thing just rounds out a little bit more, and I start to enjoy the tonka bean, the vanilla and the sandalwood, but this cherry almond stays throughout the life of the fragrance. It's kind of the beating heart of this fragrance. So very attention grabbing opening, kind of smells like an amaretto sours in the opening, and then as it dries down and it develops, it starts to smell like a cherry almond dessert. So very mass appealing type of DNA, good fun, sexy type of DNA. It really hits the bullseye for me in terms of the scent and how it kind of inspires a little bit of confidence. It gives you that extra spring in your step when you wear it. So I think this is the type of fragrance that has a very good chance of really being appealing to those around you, but most importantly, I think you're going to feel awesome when you're wearing it. I think it's pretty versatile in terms of when you could wear it. It would work superbly well in autumn, winter and spring, and actually I could even wear this in the summer because it's not a very thick, dense, heavy fragrance at all. It's got a real energy to it. I could wear this for any occasion as well, but for me, it would excel as maybe a party type of scent, a night out fragrance. It's got energy to it, it's fun, it's lively, it's sexy. So whenever you're in the mood for a fun, lively, sexy fragrance, I think would be a good occasion to wear Devious. So that was Devious. The next one I'm going to talk about is its layerable buddy, Sincere. This has notes of peach nectar, warm milk, ginger blossom, creamy ylang ylang, orris, ambrette, saffron, amber, coconut and musk. If Devious is fun and sexy, I would describe Sincere as warming and sensual. It's very smooth and well-rounded. It's more rounded than Devious, although it is less assertive than Devious. Now, I do want to mention the peach note in here, because often when I see peach in a note breakdown and then I smell it in a fragrance, it often puts that fragrance firmly into feminine territory. But I don't get that with this at all. The peach just seems to blend seamlessly into the rest of the fragrance, and I do feel that it is just a perfectly unisex fragrance, as are all of Ilk's fragrances. So it's not this sweet, synthetic, feminine peach smell that you get in so many designer type fragrances. It's softer, it's more mellow, it's smoother, and it smells very natural actually. My favourite part of Sincere is this milk accord, which seems to be at the heart of the fragrance, and it leans toward this rich condensed milk type of smell. So it makes me think of drizzling condensed milk over some freshly sliced peaches. There's also, I think, some added creaminess coming from the ylang ylang and the coconut. And there's also some ambrette seed here, or musk mallow, which is often used to bring a boozy quality to fragrances. And with Sincere, it adds this really enticing, smooth, boozy texture to the whole thing. So it doesn't punch out as much as Devious. As I said, it isn't quite as assertive, but this is projecting nicely, just not radiating to quite the same degree as Devious. Again, I think Sincere is a pretty versatile fragrance, maybe even a little more versatile than Devious. I think you could wear this any time of year for any occasion. Actually, I think this could make a great signature scent. So how do these two work when they're layered together? Devious is a sharper, spikier type of fragrance, very assertive, whereas Sincere is smoother and more sensual, more voluptuous. When added together, Sincere really smooths out and fattens out the profile, whereas Devious brings the energy and the backbone. Sincere brings some creaminess which just complements the punchy, boozy cherry almond accord. So the overall effect when you layer these together is this rich, full-bodied, sensual, slightly boozy fragrance that has a real assured confidence and actually smells very different to when you wear both of these individually. Just for a bit of fun, here's my take on how I feel about these fragrances. Devious for me is the fun party scent. Sincere is the intimate date night scent, but when combined, they make a great special occasion or formal occasion fragrance. So that's just my opinion on these, that's my interpretation. I'm sure everyone will have a different idea of how they would like to wear these fragrances, but ultimately I love the idea that you get two fragrances but you end up with three unique DNAs. And after speaking with the owners of the brand, they were telling me how much work and research and design has gone into ensuring that all these layerable pairs just fit together perfectly. It didn't happen by accident, it was planned. A lot of planning happened to make sure that each of these layerable pairs would work really well together. Of course, we can layer whatever fragrances we like. Layering is not a new idea, but I just feel like Ilk have executed this concept really well. They've used high quality materials, they've brought some scents to the market which are unique and really well blended. I think it's a fantastic line, and do check them out if you think that they seem like something that you might be interested in. If you are interested, then you can go to their website, and currently, it might be because I'm filming this on Cyber Monday, but these 50ml bottles are currently selling for £100. The usual price is £118, so by the time you watch this video, maybe they've gone back up to that full price. But they do sell a discovery set as well, so you can buy that and you can just have fun trying out the different combinations and finding out which ones are your favourites. One last thing that I do want to mention, which is one of the things I love most about this brand, is they're doing their best to support our planet. They're working hard to support a sustainable future. I think that's massively important, and I think that should be something that's massively important to everybody. Things like they're supporting local businesses. The radius in which these fragrances are manufactured is very small, so they're just trying to have as little impact on the world as possible. So if you want to find out more about that, you can go to Ilk's website. If you're interested in just finding out more about the brand, I'll leave a link to their site in the description. Okay, so there are my thoughts on Ilk. I'm really excited by this brand. I love that they're aiming to be sustainable. I love the fragrances. There isn't a bad one amongst them. Devious and Sincere for me are just fantastic. I think sample if you can. We always say sample. They have a discovery set, so do go and check the brand out. Like I said, the website is in the description. If you've already tried them out, I'd love to hear your thoughts on them, and so would everyone else watching this video. They're a new brand, so people want to get as many opinions as possible. So if you've had any experience with Ilk, if you've had the discovery set, or if you've bought full bottles from them, please let us all know what you think. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.